Do you live or do you like to go for a vacation along the world's coastlines? Then the chances are good that you can be affected by a tropical storm or hurricane or a typhoon. Welcome to It's Tomorrow News and I am Hena Talati. Hurricanes, cyclones and typhoons are all types of tropical storms. However, there is a difference between them. Well, they are all basically the same thing but are given different names depending on where they appear. Hurricanes are tropical storms that form over the North Atlantic Ocean and Northeast Pacific. Cyclones are formed over the South Pacific and Indian Oceans. Typhoons are formed over the Northwest Pacific Ocean. Now let's understand the phenomena of the tropical storms. A tropical cyclone is a rotating, organized system of clouds and thunderstorms that originates over the tropical or subtropical waters and has a closed low-level circulation. In tropical storm, air rises quickly when it is heated by the warm seawater. As the air cools down again, it is pushed aside by more warm air rising below it. This cycle causes strong winds. Tropical storms have winds faster than 73 miles per hour. Over the sea, a tropical storm can whip up huge waves. Tropical storms usually die out after the few days over the land because there is no warm seawater there to power them. The weakest tropical cyclones are called tropical depressions. If a depression intensifies such that its maximum sustained winds reach 39 miles per hour, then the tropical cyclone becomes a tropical storm. Tropical cyclones form in the most of the world's tropical oceans but always at least 480 kilometers north or south of the equator. Any closer to the equator than this and the inertial force that causes storms to spin to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere will not cause the storm system to spin. Once a tropical cyclone reaches maximum sustained winds of 74 miles per hour or higher, it is then classified as hurricane, typhoon or tropical cyclone depending upon where the storm originates in the world. In North Atlantic, Central North Pacific and Eastern North Pacific, the term hurricane is used. In Atlantic, hurricane season officially runs from June 1 to November 30th. 97% of the tropical cyclone activity occurs during this period. Hurricanes can and do occur outside of this 6 months period also. The Atlantic basin includes Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico. The same type of disturbance in the Northwest Pacific is called a typhoon. Meanwhile, in the South Pacific and Indian Ocean, the generic term tropical cyclone is used regardless of strength of the winds associated with the weather system. Tropical storms last a long time and are given names so they can be identified quickly. The ingredients of the tropical cyclones include a pre-existing weather disturbance, warm tropical oceans, moisture, and relatively light winds. If the right conditions persist long enough, they can combine to produce the violent winds, large waves, torrential rains, and floods we associate with the phenomenon. At times when the weather system does not meet all these conditions but is forecast to bring tropical storm or hurricane force winds to land in the next day or two, it is called potential tropical cyclone in the Atlantic basin and the Central and Eastern North Pacific basins. Winds are the most common way to measure how intense a tropical cyclone is. Central barometric pressure, which is the air pressure exerted by the Earth's atmosphere on the storm's geographical center, is another way meteorologists measure a storm's intensity. In general, the lower a storm's central pressure, the stronger the storm. When these waves reach land, they can flood large areas including towns and cities. Over land, the strong winds can cause a lot of damage. They can flatten homes, knock over the trees and even tip over the cars. Violent winds are not only hazard to hurricanes or cyclones. Storm surges, walls of the seawater that are pushed towards the shore by the sheer force of the storm's winds can increase water levels by 15 feet or more above the predicted astronomical tide. Flooding caused by the storm surges and by heavy rainfall is a major hazard of hurricanes. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News. For more global updates like this, subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.